Hello there, stampers. It's Elizabeth from stampscrapandmore.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Canada, but if you're following me on this page, you know that I'm in Canada. I'm going to give it a few seconds because it takes a while for the feed to go live. I hope you're all doing well. I put garbage out today and into the outside bin, and it was kind of cold outside. And there was frost on the rooftops. So yeah, I'm not loving this weather, but if you're stuck inside, sorry, I just have to turn something off here. Um, okay, so yeah, if you're stuck inside, who cares what the weather's like outside? So I'm just going to turn on so I can see. I know a couple of people have popped in, and I'm so happy that you've joined. Hi, Catherine Connors. So happy to see you. Thanks for joining in. So what we're going to do today, trying to keep you guys stamping, is a simple stamping Sunday. And what we're going to do is we're going to use one stamp set, but two different ink pads, two colors of cardstock, some designer series paper, hi Anne, and some embellishments. And we are going to make some cards, and it's as simple as that. So there is no embossing on these cards. There is no die cuts, no punches. It's simple stamping. And I got to tell you, it's not as easy as it sounds. So let's get over. I see Anne's on and Catherine's on. So we are going to get over to the tabletop and I'm going to show you. So we're going to play with the Free as a Bird stamp set. And I'm going to turn something off here. There we go. Oh, something else popped up. Okay. We're going to play. Oh, it's Deb. It's Anne Marie. Oh, it's Anne. Everybody's on. Hey, it's frozen as you expected. Allows the internet. Oh, I'm really sorry, Anne. And Kathy Lemoyne's on. So we're lots of people are on. So we're going to play with the Free as a Bird stamp set. And there's no die cut with this. There's no punch with this. And we're going to use Pool Party ink, black memento ink, and we're going to use a soft suede marker, some baker's twine, and some of the champagne rhinestones. That's it. That's all we are going to be using, other than cardstock. So, want to see the cards we're going to make? Yay! The cards we're going to make. And we've got 3, but they're simple stamping cards. So, I've got all the measurements written out. So, this is the first card that we're going to make. And I got to make sure I keep the packages together. That's the first card. Second card we are going to make is that one. I love Pool Party. It's got to be one of my favorite colors. I realized it today as I was pulling things together. And then the last card we're going to make is, again, and they're all using Pool Party and Whisper White. And that's the third card. And they're really simple cards to make. And if you don't have this stamp set or this designer series paper at home, it doesn't matter. You can mix it up and use these sketches, card sketches, for your own, what you have on hand. So you don't have to have this designer series paper or this stamp set, but I love the color combinations, and so that's why I went with this one. So let's start with this card first because it is easy peasy. It's actually so easy that it's that I was embarrassed to a certain extent, but I'm going to show you a technique. Hey Bev, hi, thanks for joining us, Bev. We're going to make some cards today, Bev, using the Free as a Bird stamp set. So this card is in Pool Party, and it's 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored in half. And we're going to use a matte layer on top. I do this with all my cards, and that is 4 by 1.25. The inside of the card is the same, 4 by 5.5. And the designer series paper is 4 inches by 1.5 inches. I hope I gave you the right dimensions, but oh, and then a little bit of whisper white that's cut off from something that you have in your drawer. I know we all have that. We all have cutoffs in our drawer. Then I try to use those up. So we're going to take the soft suede. So we're going to take the soft suede, and Catherine Ross, who used to be a demonstrator and on the Maple Leaf Stampers, this was one of her favorite techniques, and I thought, I am going to resurrect this. So the soft suede and just the cap of your marker, and I have to stand up to do this. And you're just going to flick it. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I wanted a little bit of texture. We're not embossing any of these cards, so I just want it to give a little bit of extra layer, texture, interest. So if you'll see that it's just a splatter onto the card like that. It's not great on your markers, but that's okay. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to take your designer series paper and we are going to adhere that to the front of the card. And you know me and my grid paper, right? So I like to make sure that I've got it on the same line across. And then we are going to, oh no, we're not going to do that yet. We are now going to take some twine. And I didn't measure this, so let's go 1, 2, 3 times around. So I'm going to measure this and tell you how much ribbon, how much twine this is. I usually am generous with the twine. So 16, so 32 inches. And we're just going to go around a couple of times. 1, 2, 3 times. 3 times a lady. So I hope everybody is doing well. I think I am going to come out. They say the Corona, what is it, Corona 15? I think it's going to be Corona 20 for me. I don't know about anybody else. I've been eating way too much, so I'm going to get up tomorrow morning and I'm going to start exercising. You'll see how long that lasts. Yeah, because I'm not comfortable at all. And anyhow, we're all in the same boat. We're all going to come out of this, they say, either chubbier or skinnier. And I don't know anybody that's going to come out of it skinnier. Hey, Kathy Rose, how are you? And I'm just going to trim off a couple of ends there. And now I'm going to mount that to the card front. Kathy's just joined us. Anne has really bad internet connection, so she's had to log off. I would be lost without my internet connection. I don't know about anybody else, but here we go. And now this little thank you. I thought I had cut a piece out, but I guess I didn't. So we all have these cutoffs. We all have these cutoffs in our drawer, right? When you cut a piece of cardstock to mount on the inside, we always end up with this little piece. I save them. And now we're going to use thank you, and we're going to use the black memento. I hope everybody is stamping and getting their craft on. You know, it's kind of hard and not very motivating to craft some days, but what can you do? Okay, there's lots of inspiration out there. Hey, Charlene! Oh, it's so nice to see Charlene! Yay! Oh yeah, Deb says she won't be skinnier either. Yeah, I won't be either. I don't usually bake, but I've been baking. I was at Fortino's the other day. They still don't have any flour, but they have, I think it's like the 50-pound bag of flour. And I thought, there's no way on earth I'm buying that. I would have nowhere to store it. But they had no flour, so I guess that was a good thing, because that way I wouldn't do any more baking. But oh, somebody says, oh, Cindy, you're going to be 20 pounds more. Yeah, I think I'm going to be the same way. And then the last thing that we're going to do to finish off this card is put 3 of the champagne rhinestones on. Now, the champagne rhinestones were on back order because they're very popular. came back in stock and sold out again. So they are coming back in again, I think May 3rd. Yeah, Catherine Connor says first it was toilet paper, now it's flour and yeast and hair dye. I bought some hair dye the other day, so I have to do my hair because the gray is ridiculous. So here, oh, let's put the inside in. Yeah, it's crazy times. Bye, Anne. Oh, somebody said bye, Dan. I think Anne's gone already. Anne lives in the country, and she said her Bell internet connection is not great at all. And there we go. So that's the first card, and I told you it was very simple, but this is simple stamping Sunday. So that's the first card. But I have a bit of a stressful good news story that happened to me on Friday when I went grocery shopping. So I'm going to get out the next card. I'm going to give you some measurements before I tell you about my grocery shopping story. I know I always have a story, right? Yes, Catherine, simple, but very, very beautiful. So the next card we're going to make is this one. And again, it's in Pool Party. So all three cards are in Pool Party with Whisper White. Hi, Marion. And this is 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored in a half at a 4.25. The top layer is in Pool Party 4 and 5.25. The inside is 4 and 5.25. The Designer Series paper is 4 by 3.5, and the top is 4 by 1.5. And there's going to be a gap, and it's only because I used what I had on hand. But the gap is, you'll see there's a gap here. Don't worry about it because I'm going to cover that up. But it's what I had on hand, and I didn't want to cut another piece out. So this one is 4 by 1.5. Then this Pool Party is 4 by 1 1/8. And this Whisper White is 4 by 1. And we're going to start building the card. And we're going to mount this on. And this is flush. So this is flush north, south, east, west. There's no border around it. I just like to build all of this onto a card base before I mount it onto the card. I know it's overkill, but that's just how I do it. A lot of people would build straight onto the card base, and that's okay too, but this is how I like to do it. And I'm just going to mount that on the top, and you'll see I've got this little bit of edge here. Don't worry about it, it's going to get covered. And now on this we are going to stamp Your Friendship Means the World to Me, and again it's in the black memento. I actually, when I first did these cards, I did them the stamping in Pool Party, but it wasn't bright enough. It wasn't very rich, so I changed it up to black. Look at this. Look at that. Look, I got ink on my thing. Do you believe it? But I'm going to actually cut this, and it's going to go over there, so it's going to be covered. But I got to wipe my hands off. Always on the black memento, I get ink on me. Okay, put that aside, and this is going to get on there. So I went grocery shopping on Friday and paid, and I told my boss I was going AWOL for an hour because I knew the lineup. One of my neighbors told me that it wasn't a lineup. So I thought, okay, I'm going to go over, and so this is flush north, east and west, and then there's a little edge on the top and bottom. And so after I went, it was lunchtime. So after grocery shopping, I thought, oh, I'm going to go to McDonald's. I'm going to treat myself to a hamburger. So I got in line. This is why I'm going to be COVID-20 and not COVID and not be skinnier. I got in line, and it was the double drive-through, and there was somebody before me and somebody after me. Placed my order, and I went to pull out my wallet, and guess who lost her wallet? Me. And I couldn't get out of the lineup. I couldn't get out of the lineup at McDonald's because I was trapped. So in my car, I called Fortino, I called Fortinos. Now what we're going to do, this is from the designer series paper, and we are going to fussy cut this out. I'm cutting the legs off, folks. I'm not worrying about the legs. So I called Fortinos and said, I went through register 5. Can you check? And they said, nope, there's no wallet there. And so my heart was, I didn't know your heart could beat so fast. So I finally got out of the lineup. I told the girl at McDonald's before, because I was still there ordering, I said, I can't find my wallet, I have to cancel. So I was able to finally get out and went back to Fortino's, parked my car, and I looked at the buggy where I'd put the buggy. We're talking like 10 minutes, not even. And nope, my wallet wasn't there. So I went running to the front of the store like a panicked mad woman. And, you know, there's a lineup to get in. And when I got to the front, there was a lineup to get in. And I said to them, no, I don't want to get in. I just need to talk to the girl. And the door was closed, and it was an automatic door, and she pushed the door open, and she was standing there holding my wallet. Somebody had returned it. I started to cry. I was so emotional and so like, it was a terrible feeling, awful feeling. Anyhow, so somebody was looking out for me on Friday, that's for sure. Okay, so enough of me yakking. So I've fussy cut that out, and I've put that over my goof here, which I would have put it over further this way, but because of my goof, I'm putting it over there that way. And I'm going to do how much? One, you know my Billy bow, right? So this is Billy Moan's bow. Billy is no longer a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, but I loved her bow. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, I was very happy to hear, Charlene. I was panic stricken. Oh, of course I was late coming back from work, right? So I had to log back on to work and tell my boss why I was late, but he understood. Okay, so you saw me do that 1, 2, 1, 2. Let me do that one more time, because I was yakking. So this is the Billy Moan bow. So we're going to go around 1, 2, and then 1, 2. And then I'm going to grab it down here. And I've cut a small piece here. And I'm going to take the top part here, and I'm going to squish it down to meet my thumb. And now I'm going to tie this knot around, and I may have to use my teeth for this. Sorry, folks. So if I go off camera, I'm using my teeth to tie the bow. And now I'm going to tie one more knot. Okay. So there is, there's the bow, and you can fluff it out. You can fluff it out. This one, fluff it out a bit. And so now you have double strings hanging down. So it just adds that a little bit of, I don't know, bulk to the card, a little bit of extra detail. And now we're going to mount this to the top of the card. This is for Charlene, because I know she's online. I had to go into work on, I don't know what day it was, one day last week, Tuesday, Thursday. And I ran into Charlene. Charlene was there. She has to go in once a week to do checks for her boss. So it was nice to see her. Okay. Now, see how I've cut this off and I've cut his legs off? What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my marker, and I'm just going to sort of finish off that edge, because to make it look like there were no legs on it. Because if I had left it just chopped off, you'd see like a white spot there. But now it looks like it was intended to be like that. And this is going to get popped up. I work with someone that Charlene knows, so that's why I mentioned it. Yeah, so she's doing well. And I'm just going to put that on top there. But like I said, I really should have put it over a little bit further. And now I'm going to take this bow, and I'm going to take my Tombow glue. You could use a glue dot too. Oh, Charlene messaged you yesterday asking how the family was. Yeah, that's good. That's good. And how's your mom doing, Charlene? Because I know she's out. She's by herself, unless she moved in with you guys. And then there is. Oh, I need to put this on the inside. And on these cards, I actually didn't put a sentiment on it, but you can if you want. Every month, Stampin' Up! Does a challenge called Simple Stamping. And it's really for demonstrators to do some simple stamping to attract new customers, because we don't want to. Oh yeah, yeah, Cindy, yeah, Charlene. Cindy's saying tumble glue, tumble glue. um, Anyhow, and I'm going to trim this off a little bit. So yeah, Stampin' Up! Does a challenge called Simple Stamping, and every month it's a different theme. Some months it includes punches, but this month it is stamps, ink, and paper, but no, but it's birthday, but I'm not doing birthday, so. Sorry, I had to take a drink of water. So I'm not doing birthday, but. So that is this card. I didn't put rhinestones on this one. So that, that was the original. And this paper has many different birds on it, right? So you can pick whatever bird you want. Your mom is good. Oh, she's with, yeah, your mom and dad are together, right? Yeah. But I know that they're older, right? So, you know, hopefully that you guys are doing their grocery shopping or something, right? Because they say older shouldn't go out. Okay, so where's the last card? The last card that I have to do. Oh, here we go. And so this is the last card. And now this card has a little bit more stamping to it. And I'm going to give you some measurements. I'll write all these measurements out for you, and I will post them on the page so that you can have them. So this card is, again, it's Pool Party base that is 8 by 5.5, and it's scored in a half at 4 1/4, so it's 4 1/4. We've got a piece of Whisper White for the inside, which is 4 by, oh my gosh, 4 by 5 1/4. Whisper White. Oh, this is again 4 by 5 1/4 for the outside. The Designer Series paper is 3 by 5 1/4. This Pool Party is 1.5 by 4. This Whisper White is 1 3/8 by, whoa, hold on a second, 1 3/8. Oh, I didn't measure this right. 1 3/8 by 3 7/8. And then again, a piece of Whisper White cutoffs. And we're going to use Pool Party ink, Free as a Bird, the Bird Ballad Designer Series paper, linen thread. Okay, so we've got all that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the smallest blossom, which is this one right here, and Pool Party ink, and we are just going to go crazy with stamping. And we are going to, you'll see on the card here how it's really, I've stamped on top of each other, and I've done multiple stampings, and I've done it the same with this one, with the Whisper White on top. With the Pool Party, we just have to do the stamping on the outside edges. So I'm just going to do like spastic stamping. I don't know, that's my new term. So that there is no, so I'm getting dark, I'm getting light, I'm just getting random stamping. And I'm only doing down the sides because it's going to be covered the rest of it. This is like, this technique, I don't even know what it's called. Maybe I'm going to name it spastic stamping, but you know, if you've got young ones at home and you don't want to be too particular with their images, it's perfect, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. And now we're going to mount this on top of there, and see when you mount it, it's giving it some additional texture. It's not it's not perfect. And I'm going to mount this to the top. Again, I'm using my grid paper. I'm using the lines here, and I'm taking them all the way up to the top. 1, 2, to making sure that I've got them straight. There we go. And I'm going to mount this to the card base as well. And this is mounted. You've got even edge left, north, south, east, and west. And now what we're going to do is take the Whisper White, and we're going to do that same stamping technique onto the Whisper White. Oh, I'm glad you like this one. I don't know if a lot of people will like this because it's so random, but it's almost like making your own designer series paper, and it doesn't have to be perfect. And you can go back over, which I'm doing now, and to make some of the flowers darker. And so they'll stand out. There we go. And so they'll stand out. It's just really random stamping. And now we're going to mount this on top of here. And originally I'd mounted this and left it all white, and it just looked terrible. And you'll see where I tried it with the pink, and pink did not look good at all. The petal pink, the blue looks a lot better. Petal pink didn't look good. And now it is, it's a really thin border, top and bottom. There we go. So it's a very thin border. And we are going to mount that with my dimensionals. So I'm just doing, see the time, it's not even been a half hour. And that's 3 cards. So it's really, I know I've pre-cut everything, but there's no embossing machines, no die cuts, no punches. It really simple stamps, ink, and paper. And then taking again that random cut off piece, and this time we're going to use We're the Best Friends and the black memento. I have to stand up for this so I can see over. And, I flagged one side. Now one side is going to be flush like this, and then this side we are going to fork the edge. Like that. And you know me, I pop everything up. So we're going to put 1 dimensional on that end, and then we're going to put 2 dimensionals on this end so that it's on the same plane. And you know what, I'm also going to put a dimensional right there in the middle. There we go. And another bow, another Billy bow. Okay, so I'm going to cut off, I'm going to show you guys again. So that's the part that's I'm going to use for the center. And then I'm going to go down 1, 2, I'm going to go 3 fingers this time. So 3, and then, no, it's 2, sorry, 3, there we go. Now we're going to bring in my 3rd finger, and 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to cut off the edge. And I'm going to grab that. And now here we've got the center. There we go. There's the bigger loop, and there's the little loop. And we're going to grab the center there, and squeeze the top to the bottom. Sometimes it works on the first go, and sometimes it doesn't. Let's go top to the bottom. There we go. Oh, it's a big bow. There we go. And now I'm going to take this and tie a knot. Use my teeth again. There we go. And then you just, sometimes it's easier to fluff than others, but this one I think might be harder to fluff because I lost the loops there for a bit, but that's okay. This is a really big bow. There we go. And so that is the billy bow. And yeah, it's a big bow. It's a steroid bow. And I'm just going to use some Tombow glue again. There's the Tombow glue. And I'm going to glue that down. I like the Stampin' Up! Changed their linen thread so that they go on the round. And I like it because it has a natural curl to it. And it doesn't have any bends in it. Okay, and now we're going to use the 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Oh, and I've got to put the inside of the card in. But there's the third card. So that's 1, 2, and oops, oh, this one, and 3. What do you think? You guys like these 3 cards? I'm getting thumbs up. Yay, I'm getting thumbs up. So that is it for Simple Stamping Sunday. And you've got 3 cards in half hour, and that are easy peasy. So what do you think? Pretty good? Yay! Thanks, Catherine. Catherine Connors loved them. Charlene loved it. So, oh, Bev loves it. Excellent. I'm glad you all enjoyed the card. And Cindy loves them too. So thanks for stopping by for Simple Stamping Sunday. And if you're doing any simple stamping, post a picture below in this thread. We'd love to see what you guys are all making. And yeah, quick and easy cards, Kathy. Yeah, you've got that right. So yeah, so if you've done any simple stamping, post it in the post in this thread, and we would love to see what you all are all creating. All right, so take care, and hope to see you again soon. Oh, since Charlene, Cindy, and Bev are on, I'm thinking of the bingo event, and obviously it's not going to happen this month. So I had spoken to Anne, oh, and Deb's on too. I've spoken to Anne last week about maybe doing a Zoom for the bingo. Anne's internet is not great, so she wasn't up for it, but she said if we decide to do it, that's fine. But I'm going to send out an email to all the bingo participants wanting to know if, I was thinking maybe sending everybody their cards in the mail so that you guys can create them. But the only problem is you may not have the stamp sets we're using. And then hold the bingo event by Zoom. And then once it's over, send everybody their prizes and their goodie bags. And any money that would have been used on food would go towards the shipping. But I have to poll everybody to see what they're thinking, what their thinking is. Like Bev's, not Bev, Anne said it wouldn't work for her because she's got such a terrible internet connection. Anyhow, so I've got things on the plate that I have to sort out and get sorted out and let you guys know, because I don't want to keep it going on any longer because I have no clue when we'd be able to hold the bingo event if we didn't do it by Zoom. I could do it by Facebook Live, but even Anne has problems with Facebook Live because she had to bail out today because her internet connection was so slow. All right, so I've got things on the go that I have to talk to you guys about. Yes, I know, Kathy, mail is really slow too. Um, uh, who was that said if someone could tell me how to use Zoom, I would sign up? I'm not sure who that is. Um, well, the bingo event was something that had already been scheduled. It was supposed to have happened at the end of March. So I've got all the projects and all the prizes and goodie bags ready, but we just have to have the event. So anyhow, yeah, it's mail is very slow. I had sent out for the Maple Leaf Stampers their teen challenge cards, and two out of the six have received them, and most of them are in Brampton. So who knows where the mail has gone to? So anyhow, so have a great one, and we will talk to you again shortly. And keep stamping, folks, and let me see what you're making. I'd love to see. Um, oh, it was you, Catherine Connors, about Zoom. Oh, Zoom is easy. Zoom is easy. You just have to click the link. All right, so take care, and we will talk to you all again soon. Bye.